David James, and what a privilege to be on the phone with Dr. Elaine Ahumada, California Baptist University. She is chair of the History and Government Department and program director for the Master of Public Administration program for online and professional studies at California Baptist University. She has 15 years experience, over 15 years, in the public sector for both public and private entities as a professor and public servant expert on such topics: diverse workforce, ethics, social responsibility, public policymaking process. Currently the president of the Inland Empire chapter of the American Society for Public Administration. And Dr. Ahumada joined California Baptist University Online and Professional Studies to help prepare and shape our public servant leaders to better serve the diverse needs of society. Over 15 years experience. Boy, you've been doing this since you were 12. You're only 27, Doctor. It's amazing how such a prodigy you are.
Thank you. Yeah, it is something that's a lifelong passion for me, and I feel really committed to wanting to shape the leaders of tomorrow.
We've all watched politics. Budget issues affect our federal and state policy making system, Doctor, the past 6 months in particular. So why should a public employee, say a city or county worker perhaps, choose to return for school for a master's degree?
Well, one of the most important things to note is that a Master of Public Administration degree is the most recognized degree in the public service field. It's considered what we call a terminal degree in public sector, so it not only increases one's value within the organization where they currently work, but they can also increase the value they bring to society as a whole. And public administration, it's centrally concerned basically with the organization of government policies and programs, as well as the behavior of officials, usually those that are not elected, and how they're formally responsible for their conduct. This would include folks like heads of city, county, regional, state, and federal departments. So often a city manager, a human resource manager, a budget director, city clerk, or community development director would usually hold an MPA degree.
We're talking to Dr. Elaine Ahumada. It's David James with KKLA Presents, and we're talking about CBU. The phone number is 877-CBU-2775, 877-CBU-2775, 877-CBU-2775. Doctor, what types of students are interested in this master's degree program? People are already in public service, or people moving into that field, or both?
Actually, both. Those already in public service, as well as those looking to enter the field and even beyond. Because this degree has become in demand for managers and executives in the nonprofit sector as well, there's really that natural draw for those employed in public city, county, federal, and state positions. But many private sector services work so closely with public sector administration that it has become a clear path for employers in that sector too. Some of the incentives for people wanting to move into it is that they're going to have more knowledge and potential mobility. They can look forward to a salary schedule, that monthly paycheck, a positive impact on their retirement, and they want to develop as an accountable leader who understands and maintains legitimacy and how to best serve the public equitably and fairly. And so others moving into the public service field, they actually have a heart for wanting to serve the public. They are interested in being a change agent, and they're those people that shape their communities. In other words, individuals wanting to be proactive in their ability to participate in the shaping of government policies, and also those who have impact on their communities.
So why is online learning so convenient for the working professional?
Number one, time and convenience. The fact that we have online or hybrid courses that fit into one's schedule. You have to think that there's no commuting costs or parking issues when doing something online, or even hybrid. You're not going to class as often. You're going once a week for 8 weeks, because we start every 8 weeks. So one doesn't have to wait until a fall session to start in the academic year. They can start every 8 weeks. And the beauty is one can earn this master's degree in as little as 16 months.
How nice is that? The phone number here, if you are interested in contacting CBU, 877-CBU-2775, 877-CBU-2775, 877-CBU-2775. Dr. Elaine Ahumada with California Baptist University. David James. So I bet technology has really helped the learning experience, Doctor. I mean, that's kind of a silly question for me to ask.
No, it really has. That's very true. And the technology that CBU Online uses is really the latest and greatest. We use such things as Web 2.0 tools. We use what's called the learning platform Blackboard. We use tools such as Movi and Jabber, telepresence. There's just so many tools that we actually implement in our courses. And everyone enrolled in our program will use this type of technology to complete their coursework and the assignments that are done online and to collaborate with others. So if a professional prefers, one can attend a hybrid course one night a week, as mentioned before, or they can do the whole thing online. The same tools and techniques are immediately applicable to one's environment, so they're going to be using a lot of this technology within their workplace, and that's going to be immediately applicable. For instance, part of the curriculum, we include a presentation skills course, and it requires one to use technology for delivery, but it's also a great way to have them gain experience for preparing for such things as a city council or a public hearing.
What are some of the comparisons of a private versus public institution master's in public administration? Do you want to address that?
Absolutely, the cost. One can't afford today not to attend school. One has to really be proactive and not reactive for your future. And private versus public institution and the cost, you really have to understand the length of time it takes to complete a program and whether the availability is there to pick up classes that one needs. Here at CBU, you can start right away. You can complete the master's degree at CBU Online in as little as 16 months. And so when one does the cost comparison, one's going to be very surprised. The fact that there's convenience with the online options is going to accelerate your program with that 8-week start time every 8 weeks. And CBU is a faith-based institution. Our students are prepared with a curriculum that's going to foster the skill sets required for shaping ethical leaders. We really only need to look to the news today to see the dire need for leaders who embody integrity, fairness, legitimacy, while also being able to impact the efficiency and effectiveness of those organizations. Innovation, creativity, and a strong foundation of ethics are really cornerstones of this program.
And that is so relevant to today's news. I'm wondering, by the way, the phone number, we're talking first to Dr. Elaine Ahumada of the California Baptist University. 877-CBU-2775 is the phone number, 877-CBU-2775. You can also click cbuonline.edu. Do you have a kind of a story of someone perhaps that may be in the program now or has been in the past who really has become that ethical leader that you just are so proud of that represents CBU so well?
You know, it would be really hard for me to select one student because we have so many. I can tell you for certain that we have had individuals in our program who serve in all capacities of public service, whether that be federal, state, local level, county. We have people who truly are passionate. They are drawn to public service because they want to make change in their respective organizations. And truth be told, there's a plethora of students. We have people who are assistant superintendents. We have people who work for DPSS. We have people who work in law enforcement in various capacities, city governance in the mayor's office, people who are elected officials. So the list goes on. And truly, I can tell you that many of our students have gone on to make massive change in the way that people are receiving their public services and goods for the better and making communities sustainable with their innovative and creative ways.
Yeah. The obvious question after that then would be how does CBU stack up against all of the competition, both public and private?
Well, our reputation, CBU Online, is ranked in the top 40 for 2 consecutive years as identified by a U.S. News & World Report. And we've also been named as a top 10 online school for veterans. So CBU has a longstanding and well-respected reputation for its public administration program, not only in Southern California, but throughout the state and beyond. Our graduates are literally global.
So if you could encourage or maybe share something with current or prospective students who are desiring to be one of those change agents you were talking about, what would you say to them? What would your words of encouragement be?
Well, I guess I would say that CBU's MPA is a great place to be for those seeking a professional education that has a proven reputation that's going to equip you with the needed skills and competencies to lead and manage change for the public good.
I know you enjoy your job. I hear it in your voice, being able to really, not only teach students, but also the students teach you. What lessons have you learned as of late, or something that you want to, again, encourage others to say, you know what, this is not just about, learning, it's about taking, but it's also about giving.
Right. I am encouraged by the students that I teach. Each and every time I go to class, I see the commitment that they have to their organizations and to society as a whole. And I'm actually driven by their passion. My takeaway is being able to see students who are committed to serving people for public good. And we need more people like that. We really need more people who are called to action themselves to want to make a difference for others. And so, if somebody has the intrinsic drive to make change and they have the passion, then this is really the degree for them, and they're not going to be disappointed. Like I said, every student I come in contact with in my class, I am encouraged because they actually are living proof that these people are change agents and are making huge changes in our local communities, and they'll be the policymakers of tomorrow as well.
Right. It's Dr. Elaine Ahumada, the chair of the History and Government Department, program director for the Master Public Administration program for online and professional studies at California Baptist University. To be one of those change agents the doctor was talking about here, please visit cbuonline.edu for all the information on upcoming information sessions, or you can call 877-CBU-2775, 877-CBU-2775 to learn more about this or other online degree programs. Again, cbuonline.edu. Dr. Elaine Ahumada, California Baptist University, thank you for joining us on KKLA Presents.
Thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure.
This has been 99.5 KKLA and KKLA Presents with California Baptist University. It's David James. Until next time, we'll see you again. It's 99.5 KKLA.